I went for bright, and I was looking out for bright only.
Hi, I'm Pao,
And I'm Simi, and this is seapopcast,
a Southeast Asian pop culture podcast.
where we talk about all things pop culture from this corner of the world.
So today, what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about Thailand.
Thailand, yes.
Why are we talking about Thailand?
Well, even though we are supposed to talk about
None of us
Southeast
are Thai,
Asian,
though.
yes,
But-
neither of us are Thai.
But
But given that Thai entertainment is probably the biggest in the region at the moment,
it is dominating.
It is dominating. It is home to the shows and celebrities that we probably talk about the most.
the basis of our friendship, actually.
It is the basis of our friendship. Among other things, it is the basis of our friendship.
So I lived in Bangkok.
Mm-hmm.
Weirdly, did not have anything there when I did not subscribe to Thai pop culture. I didn't listen to Thai music.
But did you ever see anything like around you?
Yeah, obviously, but
Just never felt invested?
No, I used to pass by the GMM
building, which we mentioned in the
on
last
the way
episode.
from school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it meant nothing to you.
Oh no. I would see it all over because GMM is a big name in Thailand. Again, it's the largest conglomerate.
Yes.
Yeah, so they own almost everything from like the big channels, all the digital cable channels.
Yeah.
Yeah, but weirdly, it's only now that I'm getting into Thai stuff because it is dominating the pop culture scene here. I'd say
Yes.
a lot of Southeast Asians are into Thai stuff.
Yes.
That is
especially the BLs.
Yes, especially the BL.
Yes. They are leading in that for sure. And it's also going beyond like brand deals.
Oh my god, yes. So I mean, Bulgari.
Basically every
Burberry.
major fashion show, Paris Fashion Week,
They're
there.
Yeah, they're there.
Um,
They're with like you will see Scarlett Johansson
Yes.
next to Jungkook from BTS.
yes.
Next to Bright.
Yes.
Yes.
That is like the Burberry
yeah.
lineup. I don't even know for sure if everybody's
No,
Burberry, but Bright is.
Bright is.
Yeah.
I remember there was like Win was in the same event as I think this guy from NCT, Jeno.
Mm-hmm.
And next to I forgot who the Western actor was. So why don't we talk about how we got into it?
Okay.
We start with you, the veteran.
Okay, so how I got into Thai entertainment is when I was in secondary school, there was this one Mario
Mauer.
show
Mario Mauer.
or movie that was really big, and I think it's called First Love. It was everything you would imagine a 2010 Southeast Asian movie to be, which means there was some misogyny, colorism,
Oh my god.
and and just romance, cringy but romance. And I used to watch this every year with different friends. That was my engagement with Thai entertainment. And then on one fateful day in 2018, while procrastinating at uni,
Relatable.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I feel like watching something trashy, something lighthearted. So I just searched for like dramas on Netflix and stumbled across a section of Thai shows. And I had never watched any of these, so I thought, let's give it a try. And that show happened to be You Prince.
Which I have never watched.
And I don't know where to find it now because none of these shows are on Netflix anymore.
Not on YouTube either.
Not on YouTube, no.
It's a GMM show, we must say.
It's a GMM show,
But
yes.
for some reason, all the ones pre-2019, I'd say.
Are not really there, right? Yeah. So, You Prince was a anthology, I guess. I believe 12 different shows.
Like
some
mini
longer than
shows?
others. Mini shows. So
Like
some of them were like
3.
4 episodes. Some of them were way longer. The first one was way longer. And it was always centered around one guy and there would be a love story.
Yeah.
So the guy would be like a pilot or he'd be like a vet, things like this.
Yeah.
Everybody was like a different occupation even though they were all at uni.
Oh.
Yes.
Hence the name U Prince. Right?
Hence the
Uni
U Prince.
Okay.
Yes. So it was a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
It was a lot. And a lot of the actors in U Prince are still at GMM, still
Are they?
acting. Yeah, there's a lot of... Mook is one of them.
Mook
Yeah,
is
she
another one.
was one of the main...
Mild is not in GMM anymore. Was she in U Prince?
I don't remember.
Okay,
But she was
okay.
in Ugly Duckling, which is the show I watched after this. Yes. And all of this, some of the stories were better than others, but I was really interested in Push, who was the actor in the first Uprint story. And that was a very problematic story.
Oof.
Yeah, there was questionable consent and things like that.
Well, you know what they say, colorblind to red flags.
Exactly. Honestly, I was so hoping it would end with her deciding I'm not going to be with this guy, but it doesn't go that way. The following show stories were not as dubious.
Okay.
So,
Thank God.
yeah, but some of them were really boring and some of them were
Okay.
And then I moved on to Ugly Duckling, which is an iconic show. Yes, because all of it is centered around a girl being considered hideous.
And define hideous. Please define the hideous.
And we're talking about like acne.
So normal things?
Normal things. Normal teenager
so
things.
all normal teenagers are hideous.
Yes,
essentially,
basically.
Is what 2016 was trying to say.
2016 was
Yeah,
trying to say.
wow.
Yes. And it was like, there's one where she even has to put a paper bag over her head because she's so afraid of being seen by people.
Jesus.
How far we have come. The misogyny was really rampant. And I also watched this because Push was also in this show.
We do that.
We do that.
I've seen some things I just wanted to drop, but you know, your favorites in it.
Yes, that then led me to SOTUS, which I was introduced to by a friend of mine who said her sister happened to watch this show and kind of liked it. So SOTUS also was on Netflix. Decided to give it a try, and that's when my life changed forever. Such a good show.
Yes.
So good.
I mean, I'm still in the middle of watching it actually as we're recording.
You're
and
7 years behind.
I'm very much behind, and it was on Netflix. But again,
was on Netflix.
I was not into Thai stuff. It was just
True.
at that point in time, I was like, oh, I will tell you why I did. Because thaibls started around 2015, 20. Well, its origins were like way before.
Yes.
But they started to gain traction in 2016.
Yes.
And I did watch one. I don't know why this one. I think because one of my friends posted it on Instagram, and then he was like, "Oh, it's so good."
And you were curious?
Oh, of course I was curious. I was like, "Oh, queer content, cool."
Right.
So I watched Make It Right.
Which I still have not seen.
Please
and
don't.
I don't think I ever will.
Please don't.
Interesting.
Felt so uncomfortable. I stopped. I don't know how I made it to like episode 5 or 6, but like a forcing scene, and I was like, okay, I'm good.
This is too much.
Yeah. I don't want that.
We all started off with very questionable shows.
Which is why I think that's why I stopped. The next Thai show I watched was in 2020. So I waited like 4 years.
I kept going.
Good
I was
for
like,
you.
I'm gonna find a good show. And I struck gold with SOTUS.
You did. You trooper.
Yeah.
I took 4 steps and I was like, nope, not for me. But the thing is, the actual actors have a lot of fans. Because I think the actual actors are okay. They're just forced to do not okay things.
Right.
And I'm just not into it.
Honestly, GMM has come a very long way.
Very far.
Like, having seen all of this.
And they've really pioneered the woke train.
Yes.
They really have. Because now we're talking about like marriage equality and in Be My Favorite, a show we recently watched, they touched on toxic masculinity. They showed like a guy abusing his girlfriend.
Yes.
And then the main character was like, you toxic masculine, something.
Correct.
Yeah. 7 years have.
I mean, there was a lot to make up for.
Thank God.
There was a lot of forceful things that just, I can't believe how normalized it was.
It was very normalized.
I feel like it was a very Asian
Weirdly.
thing. Yeah. Because you'd see it in old K-dramas too.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, there was so much misogyny.
And yet it's like, this is how men are. It's how women are supposed to act when men are like this. Oh, well.
And it's still like, somehow it's still like appealed to us. There would always be something. Okay, maybe Make It Right was really like not.
Yeah.
But I would still try to find like good things. Like that First Love movie. I was like, okay, at least they're still kind of cute.
Yeah.
But like her glow up was her losing the glasses and magically becoming lighter skinned.
That is how you
it's always the glasses.
Yeah. You take it off and suddenly you're beautiful.
Yeah. I guess at 25 I'm not supposed to be wearing glasses. My eyesight should have magically improved by now.
Yeah. Oh, acne gone.
Gone.
You should be like 2 skin tones lighter.
Yeah, how are we in our 20s without clear skin, perfect skin?
Oh, because we haven't glowed up.
Yeah, we haven't glowed up.
So that is how we got into it.
We got into
but,
it, yes.
Well, no. Technically, I got into it in 2020. Late because I got trauma. So I was traumatized by that. And it only started in 2020 2021 actually. When my sister's friend told me to start watching this show called I Told Sunset About You.
Such a good show.
Masterpiece.
We really, really recommend that if you have never watched it, please do.
It's on Netflix in a lot of countries. Yes, it's really good. So shortened to Itse, but I Told Sunset About You. Or in Thai, it's like it translates to translate my love with your heart or something like that. It was very interesting.
That's cute.
I'm gonna try to I'm practicing my Thai, so let me see. แต่รักฉันด้วยใจเธอ Yeah.
Okay.
Means translate your love with my heart. I don't know why.
That's cute.
Thai. I realized Thai names and then the English names are
very different.
Very different. I don't know why. I Told Sunset About You was season 1. Came out in 2020. It's by Nadao Bangkok, starring Bilkin. I forgot his Thai name, but PP Crit is so Bilkin and PP Crit were the stars.
Yep.
So I Told Sunset About You for only 5 episodes of 1 hour each, but it told
actually really good.
A really good story. Very emotional, very raw at times.
I feel like I have this thing where very often I describe shows as, it's really good for a Southeast Asian show. It's really good for a Thai show. It's really good for a GMM show.
It's sad that we have to say that.
Yeah, it's really sad. And it's definitely just me putting expectations sometimes. But I feel like this is one show where I didn't say that.
It was it's a good show.
This is a good show.
It's a good show.
Yeah, it's a meaningful show. The cinematography is really great.
On point.
The acting was really good.
Acting was
the impeccable. Dialogue, the storyline, everything is just really well done.
The only thing I would change was the fact that they went to there's a part in the show where they go to their friend's resort. They did a mock midterms
in the resort.
So there's this one scene where they made one of the ballrooms into an exam room for 5 people. It's
it was just for the Phuket vibes.
Yeah, that's it. But still, you could
made no sense, right?
It made no sense to have a mock trial.
Totally. In a resort.
In a resort.
I mean, if I could study in a resort, I would.
No, but in a resort ballroom. Yeah, you could have been studying on the sand. Because one of them was pretending to be a proctor. And I was like...
This is too intense. Yeah. Not for the resort.
What's happening? Anyway, so yeah.
So great show. Please watch it.
Yes.
If you've never watched any Thai shows and you watch this, your expectations will be sky high.
I promised you the moon was a step down because the character,
which is the second season
the sequel,
of this.
Yeah. It just doesn't. The cinematography changed a bit, but it's still pretty good. Okay. It's just that the character development didn't make sense from the first
season.
It's if you watch that one and you watch the second one, the main character's actions are huh? Okay. Why would he ever do that?
Right.
So it's a
inconsistency.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they did it for the drama.
Okay.
For the plot drama, you want to make it spicy.
For the plot, yeah.
But it was still good. It was just if you could tolerate the character's actions, you're
But the first season is obviously in a league of its own.
Special place in our hearts.
For sure.
So good. Because I was impressed. A couple months later, my sister and her friend told me to watch this one called Bad Buddy, which at that point was I think Gen 2022. I watched it in a week. Oh my god.
So fun.
So good. It had Itse vibes in the kind of longing, but it was a lot more playful.
It was very much more lighthearted.
Yeah.
A lot less emotional.
Itse had a lot of finding yourself, your sexuality, and your who am I, and a lot of crying. A lot. This one,
it's not as serious of a show, and I find generally GMM shows tend to not be as
too
serious. Yeah. Even if they are, there will always be some humor.
Yeah, the humor is big in GMM TV. So the Bad Buddy was great.
It stars Om and Nanon.
Yeah, so Om Pawat and Nanon
Korapat.
Right? Nanon Korapat. It was released in 2021 and stretched until 2022.
This was a huge part of the early parts of our friendship.
Definitely. Yeah, because I had just finished it, met you.
Yeah.
And then I was like, have you seen this show?
Yes. And he was really pushing me to watch it.
Yeah. I rewatched the whole show again.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was a fun show to watch.
It was fun. It was a lot of like highs and lows. Like,
Yeah.
But then a lot of like lighthearted moments where it's just like, oh, so cute.
It made me really like Nanon a lot.
Oh, Nanon is like high on my chart now.
It really made me like Nanon a lot.
He's so charming. He's so charming.
He is.
And
he really is. Isn't it great to move from Make It Right to this?
Oh my god, yeah. So Pawat was in Make It Right. Actually kind of scared to start Bad Buddy because he was in Make It Right.
Yeah.
And then he's in this one. But no, he's grown he's a good actor. He's a good actor. He's grown a lot. And at first you're like fuckboy energy.
Yes.
But once you start to see how he acts, there's like a
They're both
genuineness.
really nice people. Yeah. Well, their characters seemed nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Pat and Pan.
Yes, seemed like great people. So yeah.
From there, that's when our histories
Yeah.
converge because
I had already seen so many shows by that point.
and at that point I had seen 3.
Yes.
And I've caught up with you because
Yes, you really have.
in the past year I'm just like, oh my god.
Now you're much more into it. And I think also when I started watching these shows, there just weren't as many shows.
That's true.
There weren't even that many companies, let alone like shows. It was just GMM.
And maybe like a few
smaller ones, but the main shows that at least that were available on Netflix at the time were GMM. So from SOTUS, I was like, okay, obviously I watched SOTUS S. And New was very cool. And so that led me to watching Waterboy, which I really don't recommend. It was another very like consent was not respected show. So I really don't recommend it. And then I ended up watching Kiss Me Again, which is also no longer on Netflix. If you have seen Dark Blue Kiss, it is the series that comes before that.
It's like a weird, so it goes from like a old show in 2016 called Kiss the Series.
Yes.
And then Kiss Me Again went like back in time to like a prequel thing. But then Dark Blue Kiss was a spin-off sequel.
Yes.
So then the timelines are like
really messed up. But I think they were just trying to go by like who was popular, and obviously it was Tae-New.
Yes. Oh, Tae-New. Yes. Oh, okay. I would see when Dark Lucas was popular in 2019. Sadly, before I got into it, I saw Tae-New on my Instagram feeds, but would never. I'd be like, okay, cool. Then
I was very invested already in 2019,
and then you told me about it.
Yes.
Like when we were getting into starting our friendship.
Yes.
And then I was like, oh, Tae-Tawan sounds familiar. Cut to today, I am the biggest Tae-Tawan fanboy.
Yeah, you should bring your merch next time.
Yeah, I should. I'll bring my shirt. I'll bring my shoes. I'll wear my... Well, you can't really see my shoes, but...
no, it's okay. We'll put it up.
Yeah, we'll put it right
We'll
here.
make sure everyone can see it.
Yes, I am... Yeah, I'm invested in Tae-Tawan, which is funny because I'm not a big merch person. I have been listening to K-pop for 10 years. I only have bought like 2 people's like merch or albums.
Okay. So you really like Tae?
Yes, I really like Tae. I don't know why. He's just so charming. He's so fun. And he's so nice. But no, we're also big New fans.
We are big New fans. So I was very into New at that point. So I watched like from SOTUS that led me to Kiss Me Again, Dark Blue Kiss, Love Beyond Frontier, Waterboy before that. So yeah, I mean I watched like a fair number of New shows at the time, but I have not seen The Warp Effect.
Oh, which is really good. I took a chance on The Warp Effect, I remember. And I saw the concept trailer at first and I was like, the hell is this?
It could go in a weird direction.
Yeah, because not that sex is obviously a bad thing, but they talk about sex, so I thought it was just gonna be another like American Pie kind of situation where like, I mean, I don't know.
We don't need that.
Yeah, we don't need that. I feel like that would have been just backtracked all the progress that GMM TV would have made. But no, they talk a lot about really good issues. Such as how I learned that men can get HPV that can just show up randomly in their adulthood. I didn't know that.
Get your HPV vaccinations done, guys. That's the lesson here.
Yes.
More than anything.
Yes. They had a lot of really good content and like lessons, especially because they paired the gender diversity of couples.
Okay.
So straight couples, male to male, female to female. They had a couple,
which is something that's still lacking.
It's still
we don't have like GLs very much.
Yeah, no, it's all men to men.
Yeah, I mean we have so many shows that are just guys.
Yeah, just guys, and
no female
there's
character.
Like one female character.
Yeah,
maybe.
one,
and she does nothing.
Yeah, there will be no story arc. They just exist to be your friend.
You know, but this one, okay, so it had your typical like straight couple, gay couple, lesbian couple. They had couples who had to deal with like different kinks. One like BDSM and toys play.
Okay.
And then there was another one where they had an honest to God loving couple with a cis male and a trans woman. So a woman who was assigned male at birth. And it was a normal couple, but they didn't overplay it.
Okay. So there was actually quite a lot of well done representation.
Well done representation. And then that is when I learned about the HPV, because they were like, none of us assigned female at birth.
Yes.
To be able to have that kind of HPV reaction. And then,
but it still happens.
It still happened because apparently that's a thing. So yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so New, I had a very big appreciation for New from The Warp Effect. Yeah, it was a really good show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Clearly, I need to get on that.
You're clearly a big Bright follower.
Yes. Okay, so it is impossible to talk about not even just Thai BLs, but I think Thai shows in general without talking about Together and Bright. So Together was released, I think, end 2019, early 2020. And I followed the series, I think, from episode 2.
So
like
I would watch it.
Yes, so I would watch it every week, and I was really invested. And at that point, it was kind of doing well. I think when they released the trailer, a lot of people were like, "Oh my gosh, who's this guy?
Yeah.
Bright,
so cute.
Right? He's so cute." And it was doing well, and I was really enjoying it. Obviously, it's not a flawless show, but during 2020, during the pandemic, I feel like the popularity of Together just rose so much. It was really like an unprecedented rise.
Yeah, you're just like, huh? Everyone's talking about this.
Yeah, it's like suddenly the episodes that have like 1 million views, it's suddenly 5 million, and then it's 7 million, and then it's 10 million, and then it's 12, and you're like
whoa.
Wow. You know? And with that, obviously meant that Bright and Win got a lot of attention. And, you know, this was when I think they started doing a lot of like GMM, like they would make a lot of those YouTube videos. Like not just interviews, but, you know, they'd ask them to, you know what I mean?
Ship work? No.
I mean, yes and no.
Like, isn't it ship work? Where they do cute stuff together? No.
I wouldn't even say it's cute stuff together. I would say it's just like
appearances.
They needed a lot of Brightwind content.
Yeah, appearances.
Basically, yeah. So
events
they
and
needed
appearances.
a lot of Brightwind content. And it's just like all the attention was suddenly on them.
And you're just like, this was my show. What
yeah,
happened?
this was my show.
Not to gatekeep.
What is this?
But but sometimes you feel that when, like, you know, you were in the early adoption phase, and then you're like, wait, this is supposed to be like
precisely. Like, you know, nobody's gonna know like how annoying it was to watch shows like Kiss Me Again.
Yeah.
Like, where even is that show now?
Yeah,
I had to go through it, and I feel like Together is really the, I don't want to say blueprint, but it's obviously inspired a lot more BL content. A lot of shows I think are trying to replicate the same success by trying to make these lighthearted college stories.
Yes. Oh, everyone's in college.
Enemies to lovers.
Yes.
You know? And it's not always the same, just because I think it's almost like an irreplaceable time in like history.
Yeah. It made its mark. Thai BLs were popular already.
Yeah.
But it made it astronomically popular. Yeah.
And it's always like, okay, when is Bright and Win's next show together? When are they going to do another show together?
Yes.
And they only ended up doing one more, which was F4.
Which was not really...
It's not even a Bright Win show, but they were on screen together.
But of course, it's massive popularity. Just because of Bright Wing.
Also because it was an adaptation of an already super popular show.
So like they
that
took
most
like
of us
two
watched.
popular things, smushed it together. Done.
And, you know, and it did well. But now, you know, from that, you see Bright, like, now Bright's the face of Calvin Klein. Which other, like, Thai actor has gotten to that?
Internationally, you mean?
Internationally.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I remember a lot of Thai artists go to, like, big fashion events. It started out with just Western.
Yes.
Then you had, starting 2018, Koreans,
yes.
Now 2022, Thai.
Yeah, I mean, we see Mile and Apo like all the time,
yes.
making appearances everywhere. Yeah, we will get to KinnPorsche as well.
Oh my god.
But like for Bright, it's not even just like brand deals. It's not even just appearing at fashion shows. It's like actually having a modeling career.
Modeling career, music career,
and you know.
Who else has how many followers? 7? 18,
17, 18, something like that.
It's outdated numbers now.
It is, yeah. We should also point out that we have like gone to Sentosa to see Bright. We did actually do this. So last year, I saw on GMM's TV's Instagram that Bright was making an appearance. Bright Wind was making an appearance at Sentosa for
No, we didn't know Sentosa. It was just a Burberry event.
Yes, it was a Burberry event.
And because of intel that we got,
we learned that it was at Sentosa.
But apparently everyone else knew that intel because 70 other people were there, maybe.
At least. And there were so many people that were there since morning, which
yeah.
And we were there in the afternoon, and when we took the train from Harbourfront to Sentosa, there was so many young people on that
we were
train.
Like,
we knew they were all there.
For Bright Wind.
Yes. And we saw them for like 20 seconds from a distance.
Yeah, from a distance, sadly.
But it was so worth it.
It was so worth it.
And then this year we went to see Bright at Ion.
Again.
Yes.
Yeah, with our friend.
Yes, at this YSL pop-up event.
Oh, because this was in the middle of so Sentosa is hard to get to, kind of like a secluded part of Singapore.
Yeah.
Orchard.
It's a different island.
It's a different island. Orchard. Oh, downtown.
That was a different deal entirely. We were so late compared to everybody else.
Yeah, because we had work and everyone else apparently didn't.
Yeah.
No school, no work. I don't know how they got there so early. You know, if there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah.
And I admire those fangirls' dedication.
Yeah, we are not on that level. And I guess he made this appearance at this like YSL pop-up, which had like a lot of other like Singapore influences.
There was a couple other Thai ones. I think someone from G Idol, I forgot. No, sorry, CLC. So I think Sorn was there. So K-pop. She's a K-pop star, but Thai.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, no, everyone's there for Bright.
You were aware.
I was aware.
Yeah. I went for Bright, and I was looking out for Bright only. And I mean, we saw him from a distance, amidst the crowd,
sadly,
with a terrible quality photos.
We didn't get to see him. We saw him because I was tall enough to point my phone and was like, click, there he is.
Yeah, that's how I saw it, because I could not see anything. So Bright is my favorite Thai actor.
Yeah, so we have a Bright stand here, we have a Tay stand here, but we like so many others. There's so many. I have a top 5. So we have Teta 1, always be number 1. We have I think my tied for second is Mix Pop from A Tale of a Thousand Stars.
Yes.
And tied with fourth, Natawat from My School President. My School President is my favorite show.
And also Moonlight Chicken.
And Moonlight Chicken, yes. Oh my god, Moonlight Chicken. So they're both in Moonlight Chicken. I also really love Go In Keski.
Yes.
From Dark Lucas.
Yes. See, I liked him back then, but there was nothing else.
Yeah,
he was not in other shows.
He was in Not Me. You have to watch Not Me. It's great.
Okay, I haven't seen that.
And you're watching Be My Favorite.
Yes.
Oh, my last one's Gemini. So Gemini is fourth pairing. They're both my sons because they're so young. Because they're babies. They're babies. But I really love them. And I follow anyone from MSP, really. But those are my top 5. Do you have a top 5?
I don't think I do.
You just have Bright.
Yeah, I have Bright. Yeah. I mean, I like a lot of others. Like, I have a very soft spot in my heart for Chris and Singto, just because SOTUS was so good, and
iconic.
Yeah, it really is. Like, it's such an iconic show. And like, I have watched other shows with them in it, but I feel like they have not been as like in my face as Bright, and therefore I engage less with what they do. I also really like Tay, and I really like New, as mentioned.
Yes,
I watch the most shows for New.
We are Polka fans.
Yes, we really are. I like Mix, just like you.
Yeah, but you're not a big Earth fan.
I'm not
I'm not like a big Earth fan, but I just like Earth Mix because they're fun.
They're
like an old married couple.
I've not watched a lot of shows with Earth. I mean, I watched Kiss Me Again, and that was annoying. His character was very annoying.
But you watched
Waterboy.
Waterboy.
Yes, and Waterboy, his character was really, I mean, he should, I wish he didn't do that role. That show should have
not existed.
Yeah, I mean, there were so many things they could have changed about it that I wish they did, but they didn't.
Yeah.
Who else is there?
I mean,
I like Nanon.
We love Nanon.
Yes, we love Nanon.
Because of Bad Buddy.
Yes, we like Nanon.
Well, I have a list right here. So I like Mark Paquin.
So committed.
I met a new friend, and she was like, so who's your list? And I was like, I don't have one. I'll make one now. So I just kind of copy pasted it. So I have Mark Paquin he was in My School President. He's in a lot. Mark's been in a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I have no time to list all the projects he's been in.
Yeah, there's a few of them that you see in like a lot of shows.
Yeah, Drake.
Drake is one of them.
Drake is in everything.
Like, he will pop up.
Yeah.
When you least expect it, and you're like, oh, okay. Here's
Only
Drake
Friends.
for like, yeah, Only Friends, which is a new GMM show that just started.
Well, is that a spoiler? Not really.
It? No.
It's not a spoiler. It's more just like,
I mean, he's not really a character.
you would want a new viewer to be like, oh,
yeah,
Drake
okay,
appearance. But yeah, oops.
Yeah, he does pop up.
I love Satang, Ford, Winnie, Mark are all from My School President. Om Tipakon, not Om Pawat, Om Tipakon, a boss and a babe.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we had his pairing, Fluk Pusit. Oh, I'm a big fan of Jan. She's from Sizzy.
Okay, yes.
She was in SOTUS. She was the pair Mai. Yeah, do you remember her?
Vaguely, yes. It's been a long time.
She was in the Warp Effect. She's gonna be in Cherry Magic.
Nice.
So yeah, so Jan's fun. I like Namtan.
I like Namtan. I really do like her.
She's so fun.
I liked her since I watched Love Beyond Frontier.
Oh, I don't know what that was.
It's a show with her, Mew, Chris.
Oh wow. I like Jimmy C. I really like Vice Versa.
Which I have not seen.
I realized something that you should keep a lookout for are Jitty Rain shows. So GMM really likes to adapt Jitty Rain novels. Jitty Rain is an internet author. She's published a bunch of books.
Yeah.
And she got famous because of them. And GMM has really
a lot
adapted.
of Thai shows, I think, are adapted.
A lot of Korean and Thai shows are adapted from what, like webtoons. GMM likes to do Jitty Rain. She did Theory of Love,
Yes.
Together, Fish Upon the Sky, Vice Versa. My favorite. All have a very like warm, like all cute kind of thing. So if you really like warm and cute stuff, I'd say watch those ones.
Jitty Rain, yeah.
Jitty Rain's good.
So there's some that I really enjoy seeing, like in shows like Neo, Kautung.
Kaotang and First are
Yes, they're like, I get happy when I see them in shows.
Puin.
Yeah,
Puin.
Puin. Yep.
Yeah. So that's kind of my list.
I also have non-GMM people, I guess.
I do follow, but a lot are GMM because I'm such a big GMM fan. I think they're just the easiest to follow. They're always on YouTube.
Yes.
And they're the most, well, not the most active on Instagram, but they just have a lot of artists. So it's easy to link to each other.
Yeah,
so it's like you follow Tae, you'll definitely get to know New because he's always on his Instagram. You get to know Nanon, you got to know Tae's always hanging out with Off and Gun.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. But who are your non-GMM ones?
Mew and Golf.
Oh,
yes. Mew and Golf. We also saw Golf at the Sentosa thing.
So Golf was in the Burberry event.
Yes. Which was nice. It was unexpected.
Yeah, we were like, oh, Golf is here.
Yeah,
cool.
which was fun. I really do like them.
But I don't like their show. I'm sorry, I'm gonna get canceled. But I'm not a big
Tarn type person.
fan.
I really enjoyed it, but I feel like 99% of that has to do with Mew and Golf.
That's true. A lot of shows depends on the year.
Yeah, I mean, there was certain things, again, I guess they had like the questionable consent thing, which I really wish we could like
move on
please.
from.
Yeah, we don't.
This was 2020.
Yeah, and it added absolutely nothing to the story, which is what I was so confused by. What was the purpose of that?
Yeah, I stopped because of it. Like, just like Make It Right, I was like, I couldn't go past episode 4 because I was like, this is making me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. This one, I was like, I think if it got worse, I would have stopped. But I was like, okay, I hope that it will be good. And like, it was worth it for Mew and Golf's chemistry. And I really liked the both of them.
Oh, I'm a big fan of Perth. He's an independent one. He was in like My Engineer. He was
KinnPorsche
and
and Mile and Apo. That's my non-GM.
Yeah. Did you just forget all about KinnPorsche?
I totally forgot. Mile and Apo, I love so much.
Yes.
Like, so much. They're so great.
I mean, I'm a fan of KinnPorsche. We saw the show together.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just not as big as you because...
No, I was so invested.
You were so invested.
I was really invested.
I like KinnPorsche, but I found it...
I stayed up till like...
Did.
What was it, like 4 a.m. on Saturday nights to watch KinnPorsche. KinnPorsche is probably one of my favorite Thai dramas. Probably one of my favorite Southeast Asian dramas, if I had to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, for you, definitely.
So good.
Again, it's not like I don't like it. It's more just like, I was so confused what was happening.
I think you're also much more into lighthearted shows.
Yeah, I get stressed easily.
Yeah.
So KinnPorsche was like, someone gets shot. I'm like,
meanwhile, I was like, oh my god, this is such an exciting show. Like, I'm really invested.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
For me, it was...
Perth. You were talking about Perth.
I do like Perth. Perth is now a YouTuber.
And you very actively watch his videos.
I'm such a big fan. I traded... I had Jeff or Barcode?
Yeah, so we went for the KinnPorsche show and it was so good.
Oh yeah, it was so worth it.
So good. So at the end of it, we all got like a photo card. And we got, I think we had Build and Barcode.
Build and Barcode, and it wasn't a Jeff yet. It was someone else. Someone was like, I have a Perth and I really like Perth. So I was like, I'm getting Perth's photo card. And I traded Barcode for him, which Barcode's popular.
Yeah.
Perth isn't as popular, but I'm a big Perth fan. Yeah, because he's the streamer now.
Yes.
And he plays games. He opens Pokemon cards.
It's
ASMR
all very
style.
cute.
It's so cute. And he's my age. So it's like, oh.
Ah, it's fun.
Yeah, he's like a kid when he does his YouTube videos. So it's fun. It's fun to see someone who is also like my age.
Yeah.
And a working adult. And still also just be a fun, lighthearted kid inside. I'm a big Perth fan.
And speaking of the photo cards, we like Jeff.
Oh yeah.
Yes. We really like Jeff.
I'm a big Jeff fan now because of his music career.
Yeah, his songs are great, honestly.
Favorite song? Dum Dum. Oh no, sorry, Fade. I like Fade. Do you know Fade?
I like Fade.
Yeah.
Tried to go for his concert, but the tickets were really...
Oh no, it got sold out in like 2 seconds.
Really quick, yeah.
It was in a tiny stage.
Yes. Gateway Theatre.
Yes. Okay, speaking of, let's transition to tangent. Because Jeff and his music career, T-pop. So I follow a lot of T-pop bands now.
Yes.
As I said in the previous episode, I follow Atlas. Atlas is in the same company as For Eve, so I'm a big For Eve fan. You don't know any of these, do you?
No.
I'm a big Proxy and Persis. I love Persis. Oh, PP Crit.
Yes, PP Crit.
Fireboy. You've heard Fireboy.
Yes, I have.
So good. I got one of my friends who isn't really a Asian enthusiast at all. Not to say he's very Western, but he's your typical... He'll follow like pop stuff.
Yeah.
And he likes a lot of like jazz, and he's just very experimental.
Okay.
But I got him to listen to Fireboy. I got him to listen to a bunch of Thai stuff. I showed him like Tilly Birds. Oh yeah, I love Tilly Birds.
I know Tilly Birds.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes.
And then he surprisingly really liked Fireboy. I love it because Fireboy is PP Crit unashamed of.
Yes.
He's just like queer, chasing after boys. No, boys are chasing him.
Boys are chasing him.
Boys are chasing him. And the song is just such an earworm.
Yeah, my friend saw the video in a mall in Bangkok, and immediately she was like, "Do you know who this is?"
Yes.
And I was like, "Yeah, that's PP Crit."
He is a goddess.
Yes.
He is great. I do follow Bilkin, not as much as PP Crit. His songs are more mellow, which I do appreciate, but I need a upbeat thing to keep listening to it.
My Thai music beyond Jeff is very much just listening
OSTs?
to, I wouldn't just say OSTs, but like by the actors.
Yes.
Yeah, like I listen to Bright's music.
Of course. You listen to Chris sometimes? Nanon.
Occasionally. Nanon here and there. Nanon's song with Sizzy.
Yes, Love Score.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, iconic.
Amazing.
And especially in the car performing it.
The dance moves.
I do love Love Score.
It's great. That's an earworm for sure.
I have a whole playlist. I can share my playlist if y'all want.
You should. Link in bio.
Link in bio. Look at our link in bio. Maybe I can. I'll make like a public Spotify playlist just for this show. The things that we listen to. It's gonna be a lot of time. It's gonna be a lot of. We must preface, if this becomes like a just I love Thailand podcast, I'm so sorry.
It's just that it really is like the easiest for us to find,
and
I guess, and
the one that piques our interest the most.
Yeah, just because it's like
there's a lot out there of Indonesian, Vietnamese, Filipino stuff, but I don't know.
But it's kind of, I feel like with Thai shows, it's like once you watch one, then you watch another one, and then you watch another one.
It's one of those things where like once you're in the niche, you get exposed to the whole niche.
Yes, and then you keep up with new shows.
Yeah, you watch one K-pop video, you're
then you're the next one,
K-pop. You watch one K-drama. Yeah, Thailand really found its niche.
Yeah.
Clearly, it's affected us.
Mm-hmm.
So we said a lot this episode.
Yeah, we really did.
We should. I think we went on a
This
lot
was
of.
really us.
We went on a lot of tangents.
We really did.
Yeah.
So that's Thailand.
Thailand has definitely caught a lot of our interests. as you can
Yeah, I mean, they're very active, but we won't just talk about them. We
Yeah.
also want to talk about other things.
see. I definitely want to talk about Philippine pop,
Mhm.
Philippine culture.
Yeah, and as we mentioned on our first episode, we really do want to learn more about,
Yeah, Southeast Asian.
Yeah.
Singapore, Vietnam.
there's so much more to explore.
Indonesia. Yeah. But yeah. So I guess what you can do is stay tuned.
Yes.
Follow our socials at seapopcast.
And seapopcast on
Where can we find?
Instagram, TikTok, YouTube,
Spotify,
Spotify,
Apple
yeah.
Podcast,
Mhm.
Google Podcast, anywhere you can get a podcast.
Yes,
I think
we'll be there.
yeah, we will try to be there.
We will try.
Yeah. So
Thank you so much for listening.
yes,
and for
if you
watching
made it
us.
this far, thank you so
Yes,
much.
thank you, and we hope you enjoyed listening to this as much as we did making it.
Yeah. So we'll see you soon.
Yes, see you next time. Bye.